I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it 10,000. What do you do when you run into somebody that you consider your top op? Huh? What do you do? I'm just wondering, what do the gangsters do when you run into somebody that you've been beefing with for over a decade? Yeah, y'all been going back and forth for over a decade. Maino finally runs into Troy Ave. Troy Ave finally runs into Maino. And it ends with a handshake. Let's talk about it.
This is Harlem legend, no cap, no trap, no trap. Oh, this is Harlem legend, no cap, no trap, no trap. Hey, this is Harlem legend, no cap. Harlem legend TV, we the realest on the screen. Breaking down the culture, keeping everything clean. Hip-hop stories raw, nothing in between. From the block to the world, we chasing a dream. See the world through a lens so wide. Every hood story, every truth they hide. I'm the pulse of the block where the truth resides. Harlem Legend TV where the realness abides. Harlem Legend TV where the realness abides. Harlem Legend TV where the realness abides.
Yo, 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 yo. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy E or you, aka the Harlem Legend, man. If you're new to the channel, if you're old to the channel, I appreciate all of y'all, man. We on the road to 100K. Please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you set your bell notification so you know when I'm dropping a video or going live. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV, where we break down all street politics, all industry news. And we got to get right into this one, man, because it seems like we all can make amends at one time. Like we ain't always got to get to the gangster shit. Because at the end of the day, these two men, these two gangsters, look, some people saying, yo, look, Troy Ave, you a snitch. You ain't no gangster. I'm going to be real with y'all. These guys done been through the wars of the East Coast. They done been through the wars in the industry. They done been through the wars on the streets. Who am I to discredit these two men? At the end of the day, Troy Ave, yeah, he took the stand. But I'm not discrediting this nigga being a real nigga. Really out here putting in work, especially when he wasn't in the industry. Yeah, a lot of people was shook at Troy Ave. I got to keep it real, y'all. Hey, look, I got to call it down the line. Troy Ave wasn't no slouch on the streets, and Maino wasn't no slouch on the streets. So these men were able to see each other at an event, and nothing popped off like we all thought for years. I got to take y'all back to how this all really went down, how this all developed. At the end of the day, in 2016, Irving Plaza shooting during a T.I. concert, a brawl led to gunfire. Troy Ave was shot, and his bodyguard, Ronald McFadden, was killed. Rest in peace to Banger. See, Banger doesn't get spoke about enough. He was Troy Ave's bodyguard. He was there trying to protect Troy Ave. He ended up losing his life. Rest in peace to that brother, gone way too soon, way too talented too. You feel me? To just lose your life that easy and that early, right? Arrest and charges. Troy Ave was arrested and for attempted murder, accused of firing a gun in the VIP area, though he claimed self-defense. Taxstone conviction in 2023, rival rapper Taxstone, Daryl Campbell, which is Taxstone. We all know Taxstone. You heard? It was a lot going on back then, y'all. See, a lot of y'all might be young watching the channel. I appreciate y'all, but I'm just giving y'all the breakdown in the history of these men. You feel me? And the wars that were going on outside. Was convicted of manslaughter for shooting McFadden during the same event in which Troy Ave took the, he took the stand. So some would just try to discredit him as being one of them real dudes from the streets. Hey, it is what it is. How did Maino come into play, right? Because Maino was at this event. Some say he ran off on his chick. Yeah, hey, I'm just putting out the news. I'm just breaking down the news. They said Maino ran off and left his shorty there, and she ended up getting hurt in the melee, or just something to that effect. The most significant connection between the two stems from a shooting in the VIP green room at Irving Plaza on May 25th, 2016, where Troy Ave's bodyguard, Ronald Banger McFadder, was killed. Initially, media reports originally suggested a beef between Maino and Troy Ave caused the shooting. And they found out later that it wasn't that. It was him and Taxstone actually was the ones that were beefing. Things heated up a little later between Troy Ave and Maino when this whole chain situation came out, right? The fake Jesus piece. Yeah, we all remember that. Maino released a YouTube video displaying a Jesus piece chain he claimed Troy Ave lost during the 2016 scuffle. Maino alleged the chain was fake jewelry, calling Troy Ave a liar who built his career on falsehoods. Maino criticized Troy Ave for taking the stand to testify against Taxstone, labeling him a star witness for the prosecution to avoid more jail time for his own gun charges. Troy Ave's response. Troy Ave responded by dismissing Maino as a failed rapper and released a diss track titled Money Dance 123 aimed at Maino and Taxstone. So from there, they beef ended up just going out of this world. You understand what I'm saying to y'all, man? Yo, look, Troy Ave released a statement, right? But he released a statement that I felt like, damn, dog, let it go. Why are you not letting this go, Troy Ave? Y'all finally seen each other face to face. Matter of fact, let me show y'all the video because some of y'all may feel indifferent. Hey, they had a public event in Vegas at a boxing arena. Troy Ave is there with his newborn baby, with his family, and here comes Maino. Pay attention, y'all.
If you continue, do you feel like this is still the Canelo Alvarez that we've all known and loved for all these years? Or do you feel like something's changed? Are you still the fighter that you were?
No, I feel like every day is hard. You know, God.
As you can see, they embracing each other. Everything seems very cool. They even shook on it. They even shook hands. Yo, I think this is some grown man shit. I gotta be honest. What, they gonna crash out? Huh? In front of all these people? Is Maino gonna sucker punch him in front of, with holding his child? It doesn't make sense. I see the gangsters out there don't like it. I gotta be real. I see y'all don't like them united, you know, just at least making things better. You heard? For future endeavors. But I gotta keep it real with y'all. See, when it comes to Troy Ave, man, the trolling just won't stop, my G. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like the trolling just won't stop. It seems like, damn, dog. Look. Let me tell you what. Let me show y'all what Troy Ave did, right? He says here, I saw Chaino at a fight. I was chilling and bought floor seats for the whole family. We kept it cordial. No disrespect, in fact. He even called me Mr. Ave. We didn't crash out or mess up the money. The issue started when he said I was his bro, that we were cool. But then he started rocking with someone who was publicly hating on me. If we were really cool and bros, like he said, I felt like he shouldn't have ever done that, especially to someone who did features and videos for him for free. Am I wrong? He goes on to say this, y'all. To add insult to injury, later on, he did some foul, sneaky thief bum shit by picking up and pocketing a chain I dropped while disarming and beating the shit out of his best friend, hater friend. That's how he earned the name Chaino. When I got locked up, he was screaming free Troy Ave, knowing he sneaky stole that chain the whole time. I didn't know or care who the thief was. Sometimes you lose shit when you're getting busy. In fact, the chain wasn't even mine. Long story long, he had a difference in opinion and on what happened that night. And I said, how the would he know when he ran out his shoes? In response, Chaino pops up revealing that he and his friends were preserving and wearing this fake ass chain for 7 years. So then I violated OD and it blew up in his face. Again, hence the name Chaino. Look, he doesn't stop there, y'all. This nigga Troy Ave will troll you until you can't get trolled no more, bruh. Yo, look, he's taking on the 50 Cent analogy. Yeah, see, when you shook my hand, Maino, I was going to post this video because it looked like somebody was recording in the cut. So he probably has somebody already recording in the cut. That's what makes this even worse, y'all. I got to be honest. He probably has somebody recording in the cut just for him to post something like this. Look what else Troy Ave says, y'all. With that said, Chaino, and he's still calling him Chaino, y'all. I got to be real. The disrespect is always going to be at an all-time high. He's taking on the 50 Cent effect. Yeah, he reads the 48 laws. Chaino ain't the only industry nigga who did what most real niggas would consider sucker shit. But not to lose sight of my real issue was always with Ratstone, which is Taxstone, y'all. My pride made me look sideways at all these so-called real niggas doing fake shit. That's when I realized loyalty in rap is a bigger myth than the streets. So don't expect it or take shit personal. To be honest, I really wanted to tell him my condolences for his mom's passing, but at the time, my pride wouldn't let me. Finally, he says this, moral of the story, streets is a myth. Don't kill or die over this shit or believe the hype is in most situations. Even after bloodshed, Thug and Lucci shook hands in the end. We should all treat people with respect, mind your business, and protect the money because being broke is disrespectful to yourself. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all get down in the comment section and let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation. But Maino actually sees Troy Ave and shakes hands, has a small conversation. Me personally, I'm not mad at that. But I feel like Troy Ave turned around and used 48 laws on you because he's still trying to kill you, obviously, in his caption. Not in physical, not in real life. I'm just saying this, he's keeping the same energy. You heard? Yeah, he got a pass because he had his baby with him. Of course he gets a pass. That's for any street dude, right? But there's a fine line in the rules here, right? And I don't recommend Maino would have did anything. I want to make that clear right now. I don't think Maino should have took this anywhere. I just feel like Maino should have kept on moving. Yeah, I don't feel like you got to be cool with the nigga, especially after all the shit that happened. And we can't forget somebody died. Yeah, hey, I'm one way. You heard? I don't have no gripe in the fight. I'm not against any of these brothers coming together. But rest in peace to Banger. Somebody died. So no, when I see Troy Ave, if I was beefing with him for a decade, I'm just not going to shake your hand. I'm going to keep it moving. I'm not even going to look your way. I'm going to keep it moving. I'm not here to mess up the money. I'm glad that these guys got together once again as a civilian. But when I was in the streets and I was playing them street games and dudes that we didn't get with, I kept it moving, bro, especially in public like that. I kept it moving. But hey, who am I? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation. But Troy Ave and Maino seems to be cool, seems to be cordial, seems to be on the same type of level of thinking. Because 2016, shit went left. Yeah, shit went left. And it could have been avoided if just somebody would have been a grown man about the situation. You heard? Somebody wouldn't have died. That's why I feel I would have just kept it trucking. But I'm glad these guys could shake it up. Look, y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feel. Yo, it's your boy E or you, a.k.a. the Harlem Legend, man. I love to see everybody come together. You heard? I love to see when unity is Brooklyn. Why wouldn't these dudes show unity with each other instead of always going back and forth and beefing? But I feel like it's underhanded because what Troy Ave put out as a caption under the video kind of rubs me the wrong way. Salute.
Do you feel like this is still the Canelo Alvarez that we've all known and loved for all these years? Or do you feel like something's changed? Are you still the fighter that you were?
No, I feel like he's strong. You know, Crawford is a great fighter. He's a great fighter.